Hey, everybody, the best and most endearing leftists never really go away. They stay on and in our hearts, and they crop up from time to time in our lower bowels and have to be extracted medically or however they come out. Such may be the case with a young man you may have stopped thinking about long ago, one David Hogg. Now, you'd be forgiven if the first thing that popped into your head when I said that was, I didn't know Boss Hogg had a first name. But to quickly refresh your memory, David Hogg was one of the students who supposedly survived the Parkland school shooting back in 2018 and has been a voice in the gun control movement ever since. Now, what I'm about to say isn't David Hogg's fault, but I want to get it out before we move on to an exegesis of the hilarity in today's story. Dude has the most triangle-shaped head I've ever seen on a human being. Seriously, he looks like Baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. I just couldn't proceed without starting right there. Yes, I'm that shallow. Now, on to why Mr. Hogg is still relevant in today's mainstream media. Well, in short, he's not, but he does boast, shockingly, a resilient Twitter following. And when I say this young man posts frequently on Twitter, brothers and sisters, take it to the bank. You could not write the words, "Somebody please notice me," in 1,000-foot-tall neon letters and broadcast it into space and hope to be any more attention-seeking than our young pointy-chin friend here. And recently, it kind of backfired on him a little. A while back, Hogg decided that it was time for a progressive to dominate the space presently held in American hearts and minds, like the folks such as Mike Lindell, the founder and CEO of MyPillow, mypillow.com. Use promo code Prather. In a fit of creative pique that few of us can ever aspire to, Hogg and a co-founder formed Good Pillow, a business no doubt destined to catch fire and blaze across the bedposts of every John and Jane American across amber waves of grain from sea to shining sea, or at least to catch fire in some fashion. Just a few months in, poor David announced that he was pulling out of the company and releasing all his shares. It's not exactly clear at this point what happened to bring him to the conclusion that he'd better pull out of the pillows, so to speak, but these things happen. Now, let me be perfectly clear about something. If a woke activist like David Hogg wants to go out and try the entrepreneur game, see if he can outmaneuver Mike Lindell in the free market, I say good, go for it. That's what the free market is there for. But don't think that I won't be laughing just a teensy little bit when you fall on your face because you're a cocky 22-year-old that's never run a business before and has no idea how to keep the plane from running into the ground. Anyway, there's good news on the horizon for Mr. Hogg. He recently announced that he was yet again working to start a business. In his own words, "I'm working to set up an LLC right now, and this whole process is stupidly complicated and expensive. The government should be making it easy for people to start companies, not hard. Also, there shouldn't be this many regulations and paperwork to work across state lines." David Hogg, I'd like to welcome you to the conservative conversation. Even though you stumbled in here looking for a teat from which to suck, we'll still take you. Have a seat. Here's a copy of something called the Constitution. You've taken the first steps into thinking like an adult for the first time. Don't stop now. You've just gotten a tiny, tiny taste of the ruin that leftism leaves in its wake, and it was pretty nasty, wasn't it? Just leaves a weird taste in your mouth, David. Folks, I'm not planning to hold my breath, but wouldn't it be amazing if someday David Hogg was a guest on this show in that chair talking about how he woke up from the wokeism? Stranger things have happened. Not much stranger, but stranger. I love y'all. God bless you.